Hey there, it's Eric Evenstad with bootstrapbizgrowth.com, and in this video, I want to show you one of the quickest and easiest ways to edit your videos. So maybe you're just creating a video with your camera on your phone and you're just looking into it, talking to it on selfie mode, or maybe you're creating training videos and following the instructions I put together in my last video that I just posted about creating those training videos on Screencast-O-Matic. Whatever it may be, you may want to edit your videos. So maybe you made a mistake halfway through and you don't want to re-record the whole thing. Or maybe you get a little happy or happy, which I tend to do. I throw a lot of ums in my videos. And maybe you just want to edit those out. One of the quickest ways to do that is with Screencast-O-Matic. Again, one of my favorite tools online. And I love their video editor because it is so simple. I've found that when I was first getting started with video editing, that a lot of the tools out there are expensive and they're really overcomplicated and they're intimidating. And I just found this one to be very simple, and it allowed me to get in there and start playing with it and really get to understand it in a short amount of time. And that's why I really recommend it to people, especially beginners. And so what I want to do right now is I want to hop into my Screencast-O-Matic and just show you how I use their video editor so that you can start to get a feel for it and learn how to do it on your own. So I'm going to pull up my screen right now. So here we are on the Screencast-O-Matic website, and you will need a paid plan for the video editor features. And all you need to do is sign up for their Solo Deluxe plan. It's $1.50 a month. That's hardly anything. It's well worth it. So I just encourage you to sign up for that. We'll have a link to all this in the description down below this video. But then once you sign up for that, you're going to have an account. You'll log in. And then once you start creating videos, you go to My Videos right there. And what you're going to do is you're going to go to Open Video Editor. Okay, and so from here, if you've recorded videos in Screencast-O-Matic, they'll automatically appear right in here. If you have recorded videos elsewhere and you need to import it to the editor, you just click up here, click Import, browse for it on your computer, and import it into Screencast-O-Matic. It's super fast. It uploads very fast. So you won't have to wait a long time. That just makes it very simple. So get your video into Screencast-O-Matic and then find your video that you want to edit. So we'll just edit this one. So I'm going to click on that video. You see a little menu over here. You're just going to click Edit. And now here's your video editor. So the first thing I like to do is I like to hit this little zoom button. So I click that, and then you can zoom even further right here. You can go to that level or even further there. And so if you're trying to edit out just an in the middle of a sentence, you might need to really zoom in to find that audio. And these are equal to audio. So these are just an audio chart. I don't know the real name for it. But so maybe this is an right there. That little audio right there, maybe that's an and we want to get rid of that. So I'd click right there at the beginning of it. I'd go to Tools. You see this little drop down here. And then I would go to Cut. So right now we're going to cut starting right there where that red line is. And we're going to end the cut right at the end of that little audio. So we're going to click right there. And now the cut is going to go from that red line to here. So we just want to fill that in by hitting this little arrow. That fills it in. So all that red area is going to get cut. So I'm going to hit OK. And now that has been cut. And so after I cut any audio, I want to click back here, scroll back here, hit play. And I want to listen to it to make sure that it sounds fluid. Doesn't sound choppy or anything. I always do that. I always recommend that you do that. Just make sure that you did cut in the right place. Another thing that I'll show you here is, I think I kind of passed over this, but to start playing your video, you just click here. And I always just kind of listen through it. So I listen through the video. I listen for those mistakes. I listen for those excessive ums in the video or anything that I just want to edit out. And when you find something, you just keep listening to it until you find something you want to fix. If you find an error, you just hit pause, scroll back, and then maybe you want to cut out this section. So again, there's the start. You hit cut. Red line, you want to maybe cut till there, hit the arrow, and cut. And then maybe you go back and listen to this, and you figure out, Oh shoot, I messed it up. I didn't cut it at the right spot. I'm going to pause it. I'm just going to come up here. I'm going to hit undo. So that's going to undo that last cut that I just did. And now I can come in and try again. And so now maybe I just want to do it from here until there this time. And again, I'll just go back and I'll listen to it and make sure that it sounds right. And that's really how I do 95% of my editing. It's just with that cut tool, just to cut things out. If you want to get really crazy in here, though, there's a bunch of other tools that you can use and that you can just kind of play around with. One that I use that I won't dive in too much, but one I use a lot is the blur tool. So I just go to overlay and then blur. And this allows you to blur out. Maybe you show a password in your video or a credit card, or you need to hide maybe email addresses of people's. You can blur all that out using this tool. So that's one that comes in handy. And I would just encourage you to kind of play around with these different ones. You can speed up a section or slow down a section if you need to of your video. That might come in handy. Sometimes I'll add in music to the background. And so you just click music, and then they have a bunch of just stock music that you can add in, or you can import your own. So you can add that in. I like that feature a lot. You can hide your cursor. If you create your video on Screencast-O-Matic, it may put a yellow circle around your cursor. And if you want to edit that out, you just click on that and undo it so you don't see your cursor anymore. So that can come in handy. And that's about it. That's how I use the Screencast-O-Matic editor. Again, that should cover 90% of your editing that you need. If you need anything more complicated, you can do it in here. If you need anything more complicated, you can very easily do it in the Screencast-O-Matic editor. But again, the cut and blur feature is what I use it for 90% of the time. So I hope this is valuable. Wait. So one other thing I'll just show you is when you're done editing, you just click done, and then you're going to be able to save your video. You can save it as MP4, or you can just upload it to Screencast-O-Matic and you'll get a link that you can share. So whatever you want to do there with the downloading of the video, you can do. And that is really it. So I hope this has been helpful. As always, if you have any questions, just leave a comment down below in the comment field. Give us a thumbs up or share this video if you've enjoyed it. And we'd love it if you would subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're going to be putting out a ton of these videos where we just walk you through our favorite budget-friendly tools, and we help you grow your business on a budget. That's the whole goal of this YouTube channel. So if you want to, and then lastly, I just want to thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you next time.